Hi, everybody. We are taking a look at some new decks today, and I'm happy to do readings for people who join as well. So let's get started. I have a lot of decks to look at. I'm not going to go into as much detail as I have on previous deck flip throughs. I know I tend to get like really in the weeds. I get very excited about looking at them. But first, we're going to be looking at the Awakened Soul Oracle. And I do also have the new Seasons of the Witch deck. Let me pull that out really quick. The Ostara. So we're going to be looking at this one too, but I'm going to warm up with Awakened Soul, then we'll get into Ostara, and I have plenty of other decks to look at as well. Plus, if there's any that you've been curious about, I may have in my collection. So for anybody who joins this as a live, happy to look at that. So the Awakened Soul, I love it. I did actually use it quickly today because I was doing an Aquarius reading, and I thought that since it's, Aquarius's birthday, I thought that might be really, really special. It's got a great guidebook. And I know I've said this before, but I do tend to do intuitive readings, but every once in a while I'll look at the guidebook just to get some details, but I get a lot of inspiration from the artwork. So the cards are very big, as you can see. Here's, my hand size. So the cards are very big. And on the back, you've got these bees, this bee design, which I personally really enjoy. So today when I drew this cleanse card. And again, the artwork is really helpful for the intuitive readings because yes, you get the word and you get it, but then you look at the artwork and it really, evokes the inspiration. So personally, I haven't had to use the guidebook. I've only, again, used this today, but the intuitive vibes were so strong on this one. And the other card I drew in today's reading was grounding. So I don't think I've looked at any other cards yet in this deck. But again, you can see the artwork is just really evocative of what the card is trying to convey, which helps me with my intuitive readings. And then when I do readings on lives, like I go so fast, especially over on the other platform. When I'm over there, I'm doing free single card pulls for people and I go so fast. And so getting like the quick intuition is like really important for me. So I might use these for that just because, the intuitive part is so strong. Like gratitude is so cute. Desire, I did see this one when I was flipping through the deck earlier. And desire is just, again, a very evocative card. So this deck is really, really strong for intuitive readings. For anybody just joining, I'm looking at the Awakened Soul. And if anybody wants to ask for a reading while I'm looking at decks, I'm more than happy to. I love doing live readings. Hi, Shan. Thank you for joining and thanks for the comment. You just came across the channel. Well, welcome. Welcome. Thank you. I know these are really, really lovely cards. Like just so, like I said, just really intuitively connecting. Like this one says connection and you can really see that. So yeah, these are just really, really lovely. And I love the bees on the back. Yeah. Do you want something from this deck or do you want me to pull from just whatever? Let me know. Do you have a specific question, by the way, or do you just want a card pull? Let me know what you're looking for. Happy to do readings. While you answer, look at this boundaries card too. Look at how cute that is. When I opened the deck, this is one of the first ones that popped out at me. Yeah, let me know if you have a specific question you want me to read for, or if you just want me to pull you a couple cards. And my name is Gabby, by the way. Whatever for business growth. Okay, sounds good. Let me pull from clarifying life situations. This is one of my favorite ones to use for like business and work. Specifically, it's for love and career, but I like to use that. But family business is at a stall. All right. Let's see what's going on. All right, we do have behind the veil, which is welcoming uncertainty as an opportunity for growth and being okay with not knowing. But when it comes to business, personally, I never accept that answer. So don't worry, I'm not stopping there. I'm not stopping with that one. But let's see what's going on with business and for business growth. What's interesting, yeah, no, that's fine. What's interesting is I haven't posted it, but I did just record a reading for financial blockages. And that one was coming across all about for like cleansing and grounding and removing distractions as well. Oh, you're welcome. And you're welcome for the energy. I love keeping the vibes up. Okay, so we got plan wisely, which says cultivate success through meticulous research and strategic plotting. Your foresight will unveil new paths. And I like this one because it shows like the chess pieces, right? Like making strategic moves. So I'm wondering if you've done any like competitive analysis on the family business to see like, hey, what's stalling it and what may need to change? Because this year is such a year of financial uncertainty. So depending on what your family business is, I do wonder if it's a time to like do some planning to try some new things, you know what I mean, to see what's going on. And then also we got Be Here Now, which is practicing mindfulness. But let me pull from another deck really quick. You own restaurants, fast food. Yeah, so it might be time to get creative about like trying some new things to get people in just because people are so not wanting to spend money right now. Let me pull from this deck really quick too. I like this one a lot. Yeah. Yeah, Shan, thanks for joining. Anybody else? I'm looking at some new decks and I'm also pulling cards and doing readings for people. But Shan, I do see that it's temporary. We got the 10 of coins for you. So I do see that you'll be entering into a new period of financial abundance once you get through the stall. So it looks like Spirit wants you to know that this is a temporary stall, but with that strategic planning we just talked about and finding some new strategies for growth that will get the financial improvement. We also get star. So there's also Spirit's also saying there's an opportunity for you to really focus your kind of magnetism, your magnetic energy on drawing in new customers and new clients, maybe putting yourself out there in a new way, like more ads or something, but definitely using some charisma to draw people into the business is what I'm getting. Maybe after tax income, exactly. Maybe after tax returns, that's going to help a lot. But yeah, doing some creative advertising, running some new promotions, like that kind of thing. Ads cost too much for small businesses. Dude, I know. I've been trying to run some ads for some of my businesses, and yeah, some of them, it is a lot. It is a lot. And especially I have a coaching business too, and I was running some LinkedIn ads. Those are the effing worst. But yeah, definitely, kind of doing some. The hermit's always interesting because the hermit always encourages us to go inward and do some soul searching and just finding some insights internally, which is not super helpful. But yeah, I also, King of Cups, so family provider vibes. So yeah, feeling for you with the small businesses and, even promoting like free promotions on social media. Like there was a local small business owner where I live where she was like posting about her shop and doing fun TikToks and like blew up. And then she had so many people coming in, she didn't even know what to do. So just getting creative with that energy, even if it's not running traditional ads, but something about using charisma to draw people in. Like it was huge for her. So again, something about using charisma to draw people in is the vibe I'm getting. Yeah, and it just came out again, the 10 of coins while we were talking about that. So yeah, that's going to help you get unblocked, I think, babe. But yeah, thanks for your question. All right. And then I'm going to go back and look at a couple more of the cards from this Awakened Soul deck. Because again, look at the guidebook for this. This is the same picture that's on the box. It's like super cute. Yeah, you're so welcome. You are so welcome. Anybody joining, I'm happy to pull some cards, do some readings, answer questions. Otherwise, I'm flipping through some new decks, getting the vibes from them. Again, I'm really loving this Boundaries card. And this Adventure card is so cute. Look at this with the door and the backpack. Like, that's such a vibe. Yeah, these are some gorgeous cards. And definitely really inclusive energy in this deck, which I personally like. And look, here's that being strategic again with the chessboard. That's so funny. And that says challenge. Oh, look at Dream. That is so pretty. Look at how pretty these are. And family, look, this is so cute. Family, she's pregnant. They're like talking to the family of elephants. Oh my gosh, I love that. And then I love this view of forgiveness. Yeah, it's totally storytelling in all these, right? And this is forgiveness. And look, she's like setting the bird free. And it's like forgiveness sets you free. And it sets free like the other person. Okay, and then here's the card that they've got on the cover, which is the Gaia card. Look at how beautiful that is. I love the antlers and the purple hair. That is so cute. So yeah, this is a cute deck. And the cards feel nice. Like they're really thick too. This is gift. For the big decks like that, I can't do like a bridge shuffle. In fact, I have like kind of small hands too. So for this one, these ones are so oversized that I turn them sideways when I work with them, and I do it like this, you know, sideways. And I just do this kind of a shuffle because you can't do a bridge shuffle with them. Shuffle, I can't even talk. And then for this one, where it's still like bigger than playing cards, I can't do a bridge, but at least I can do it this way. And then for me, since I do intuitive, I love it when they jump out. Yeah, the silver sides on the big deck are so pretty. So to have like the black on the back like that, and then the silver on the edges, this is so pretty. Okay, and then this is the mantra card. Look at that. Like these are just such a vibe. I love these. So yeah, I use these for the first time today, and just the connection with them. I don't know if you work with cards at all, but the connection was so strong. Hey, William, it's good to see you too. Yeah, I don't go live on YouTube that much, but today I was like, I've got some new decks. I want to show them off on YouTube. So yeah, William, it's good to see you here. Are you going to be able to get your TikTok account back? Look at this one with her third eye open for vision. Check that out. So cute. Oh, you collect cards, Stan? Okay, I love that. Yeah, Rebirth. I did draw this one earlier. I was doing an Aquarius reading. Look at that. Literally like walking through the door and the bat and the moon. Yeah, that one's super cute. Yeah, tarot can be like, I prefer Oracle just because I just connect so much with the themes. But the more I do tarot, it's helping just to keep doing it over and over again. Yeah, it's gone on the App Store. So hopefully once they resolve like the final like ruling on it, it can come back on the App Store. Oh no, I hope you didn't delete it from your phone. I know a lot of people did and got kind of stuck like that. Look at Solitude. Look at how cute that is. Look at the fox too behind her. This totally makes me want to go camping, and I don't even camp. It's so funny. Shan, what kind of cards do you collect? And like, what's your favorite deck? I want to know more. I love it when people are collectors as well. I got Song, Sovereignty. That's really cool. Surrender. Release is good because it's that same like letting the bird go energy that we saw in the forgiveness card. I love the repeating themes like that. The animals and goddesses. Oh my gosh. I just got a new goddess deck we should look at after I finish this one then. Yeah, look at change. And then it's the year of the snake. And this is a snake, you know, shedding its skin. Again, someone put a lot of thought into this design. Some of the ones I see are pretty, but I'm like, hey, Nettie, of course you can get a card, honey. Do you want something from this deck? Lightseer. Okay, I just got Lightseer. Let me see if it's on my table. I love it. Yeah, Nettie, let me know. Do you have a specific question or just want me to pull a general card? Oh my gosh. Shapeshifter is gorgeous because look, she looks like Little Red Riding Hood and she's with the wolf. I love that. A white wolf too. Perspective. General. Okay, babe. Perseverance. Mirror. Oh my gosh. I love that. I love that. Let me pull from the Roadhouse. I've been having a lot of fun with this one. This one's been really vibey lately. So yeah, Nettie, let me pull you like general card, honey. Thanks for liking the live, you guys. I was like, oh, I didn't even advertise it. I was like, I just feel like going live and looking at cards with people. So thanks for being here with me. So fun. Nettie, Roadside is not participating. It's also called Roadhouse. I do not know why I keep calling it Roadside. but if this one doesn't jump out, I'll pull from another one real quick. I'm going to pull from my secret deck really quick. This one's really fun. All right, we got the Empress card. Abundance and prosperity, Nettie. The Empress is a card of abundance and prosperity, reflecting the bountiful rewards of nurturing and caring for one's surroundings. So love that reminder that abundance and prosperity comes from the nurturing that we give to our surroundings, to our family, to our businesses. I really like that. This, if you guys haven't seen this deck is crazy, by the way. This is the Taylor Swift unofficial knockoff deck. Like, it is hilarious. Like, I love this. This is so fun. Nettie, let me know if you want me to pull another one for you or if that resonated. You are so welcome. You have a beautiful day too, hun. Look at the archer. So yeah, this deck is really, really fun. The tower. And I love it too because like you can see she's like in a cage, and so when the tower falls she gets set free. Like I just love that imagery with the tower because it's so much less scary because the tower really is setting you free from what doesn't serve you, you know, when the tower falls. So for those of you who do readings, like I really love connecting to the messages like that. All right, let me put Awakened Soul away. And I will show you some of these Roadhouse cards because this Oracle deck is super fun. The artwork is really, really neat. It's very like Southwest inspired. And personally, I'm in Texas. And I've always really vibed with like Arizona and New Mexico. So I love that Southwest vibe. And the Mystic is kind of fun. He reminds me of like the Beatles, you know? And then like the Lovers card definitely has that rock star energy. I think that one's really fun. And then Elton John is the Joker. Like, this one's really fun. Buffalo. And then the desert. And the mountain. And then snake. Shannon, I know you said you like the animal cards, so hopefully some of these animal ones are kind of fun. The armadillo one, it was funny. I did a reading on the other platform and somebody was like obsessed with this armadillo card. They really liked that one. I'm looking around for where I put light seers. I need to clean up my reading table. It's pretty crazy. And then cow. So yeah, this one's pretty fun. I don't know if anybody else likes the Southwest vibes, but this one's kind of like 70s, 60s psychedelic Southwest, which is an odd combination, but it works for me. And coyote's pretty fun. So yes, that one's neat. Love that. And then, like I said, let me put Awakened Soul away and we can look at one of my other new ones that just came in. Oh, here's the box. And it's a sturdy box too, for those of you who like to collect decks and see what they're all about. It's definitely a nice and sturdy box going on there. All right, let's look at the Seasons of the Witch Ostara deck because this is all about spring. So I had pre-ordered this one and it just came in yesterday. So I collect all of the Seasons of the Witch decks. And I'm so excited to be getting into the spring ones because the winter ones were getting grim. I was reading them before Christmas. But yeah, they were getting really dark. So I'm really happy to have some like spring energy coming in. So yeah, this one's really pretty. And then look at the back of this one. So definitely that spring Easter vibe with the rabbits and the moon. And like those attenuated, those stretched out rabbits really give like the great, I don't know, lunar kind of mystical energy, I think, which is a vibe I'm super into right now. But yeah, these are really neat. So the Easter theme, you know, so there's like ancestral lands is the first card. It's talking about like roots, Essence. And then Aquamarine is really pretty. So these just get really vibey with kind of that energy that you want to see in spring of growth and renewal. So I love the theme on this one. And like I said, it's just so nice after the darkness of the winter cards. That's where getting kind of crazy. Aromatherapy. So just this really gives like the green, earthy vibe, which I'm so ready for spring. I don't know where y'all are, but in Texas, we've already had like an 80-degree day. So we're kind of in the warming period, but we're going to get a cold snap next week. So it's almost like fall spring here. And look, chicks, like little baby animals. And yeah, astrological new year, which we just had, the lunar new year, community garden. And I love that theme of like growing together. Shan, yes. I hope you'll have a beautiful day too. Yeah, spring is going to be amazing. Composting. So fun. Creating altars. Ohio. Oh gosh, when does it start warming up in Ohio, Shan? I imagine it's a little later than it is here. Oh, daffodils. I love it when the daffodils start coming up. I have not planted any bulbs. I keep saying every year I'm going to do bulbs, and I never do. An Easter egg hunt. Nettie's from Halifax, Nova Scotia, and it's -10 here. Oh my gosh. Nettie, I'm so sorry. So it's still very, very winter there. Yeah, it's going to be almost 70 here today, which is going to be amazing. Eggshell pots. That is so cute. I do like blowing out eggs and decorating them. Yeah, Nettie, I don't know how y'all stay warm in that kind of weather. We had a freeze here last month. I'm just not built for that. And look, it's Oestra, the goddess, Easter. Yay, Shan, thank you. I'll see you next time, hun. Thanks for joining. Floromancy, the flowers. I love that. Nettie, what kind of vibes do you like when it comes to like cards and things like that? Flower wand, you're used to it. Yeah, I imagine if you grew up there, you know? So I grew up in California before I moved to Texas. So I've always had like this kind of like temperate weather. And then I moved to Oregon in, Portland, Oregon for 1.5 years. That was so cold compared to California and Texas. We could not do it. It was very rainy and cold. Garden party. Look at how cute that is. Spiritually. Oh my gosh. I love this. This is my first time looking at this deck, by the way. I looked at a few cards when I opened the box, but I wanted to save like a full flip through for live. This deck is amazing. Germination, growing up from the roots. That's amazing. And grasshopper. Wow, look at that. It's a little noisy outside my office. I hope you guys can't hear all that. We've got hair. I love this. There's magic in the balance of all that we are. I love that. She's resting and the hair is leaping over her. Definitely a good balance card. Hot cross buns. Okay, I am totally loving this deck. This is so cute. So green. Irish moss. This one says, may you feel nourished in all ways as a turning of luck is coming. Ooh, I like that. I'm going to have to use this one on my lives. This is going to be very vibey. Jasmine, it is through yourself that divinity is able to weave magic. Ooh, I love that. I love jasmine too. We had a lot of jasmine where I went to college in California, and I love the smell of it. Lamb, nothing is ever late. Everything is on time. I love that. And if y'all have any like questions for the cards, I'm happy to pull cards and do readings. I'm just flipping through some new decks, but I'm also happy to answer any questions you may have for the cards or questions about the cards too. Moon milk, that is really pretty. And I love it because she's kind of got elf ears, you know? So there's definitely like an elvish vibe to these. Mushrooms. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. Easter egg tree, adorable. Yeah, so for those of you who collect cards, the Seasons of the Witch like series, I think there's like 9 or something so far. I love them. A relationship reading, yeah, absolutely. I'm going to pull out my love and romance cards. All right, we got right path for you. Love is a beautiful journey and you're on the right path. Nettie, are you single or are you in a relationship now? Are you looking or are you questioning? I got the friendship card, so you definitely have a connection in your life that is more of a friendship than it is romantic. You're single? Okay, yeah. So there might be someone you're talking to currently that is more of a friendship connection. But whatever you're doing with your life and like the steps you're taking, Spirit does want you to know you're on the right path. But I can see that there's been a little bit of like negativity in the past. The toxicity card and apology card kind of came by. So I can see that there's been some heartbreak in the past. But Spirit wants you to know that opening your heart is going to help receive the abundance of love that the universe has to offer. So Spirit's encouraging you to just really concentrate on opening up the heart. And especially if you've had past hurts like that's hard. You know, we tend to like get a little closed off, even if we don't know how closed off we are. So Spirit's definitely encouraging you to really open up your heart to new connections and just really open up to receiving love, because that's what's going to draw in some new love and abundance in romance, which is so nice. And I know that's not easy. That's something I have to work on too. Like, I get it. But yeah, focus on being open at this time. And that's what's going to help draw in love. Let's see if there's one more for you. Let me see. Yeah, and just sorry to say this, but all of that healing, is going to help remove any emotional baggage. So healing that emotional baggage, opening up the heart to being receptive to love is going to be huge. Huge, huge, huge. I know, easier said than done for this one. Pink moon. This is so cute. Your tongue will illuminate the spaces within your thoughts that need evolving. That's interesting. And then using plants for dye. You're welcome. You have a great day too, hon. Thanks for joining. And stay warm out there. Stay warm. Primrose. That is really cute. Rainbow. Wow, these are so pretty. And happy to answer any questions for the cards, do a card pull, do readings for people. In the meantime, I'm just flipping through some new decks and getting to know them, warming them up. I don't know about you, but I like to get to know the cards and get them to know my energy as well and bond a little bit with the cards when I get new decks. Sacred Circle. That is beautiful. Her eyes are gorgeous. A dive into the depths of the unknown within beckons your becoming. Okay, I love that. So yeah, anybody joining, I'm happy to pause on the deck flip throughs and do any readings for people. Or just vibing out, looking at my new cards. Seed Blessing. This is the Seasons of the Witch Ostara deck, and it just came out. So I had pre-ordered it and it came in yesterday. And I'm just getting to know the cards a little bit. Shortbread. The sweetness of your craft asks that you indulge in the celebration of you. I love that. Simmer pot. Spring cleaning. I get huge spring cleaning urges. So every spring I want to purge my closet, not just like deep clean, but a lot of purging and letting go of like old things, letting go of like, for me, letting go of emotional baggage is also tied to like getting rid of like old stuff. So yeah, spring cleaning is huge for me. I don't know if everybody feels that way though, that yeah, I get the urge and I start getting it in January. Yeah, of course. Hi, Aisha. Thanks for joining. I'm happy to do a reading for you, pull some cards, answer questions. What's going on, babe? This one's cute too, Spring Equinox. Happy to do readings. I'm just flipping through some new decks and warming up the cards while I wait for any questions to come in. Spring Hike. This is cute. Is Zaid interested in your friend Santa Athar, or is it just you? What are his intentions for you? So you want to know if he's fully invested in you or if he's interested in this third party, correct? Are you guys currently dating or are you guys talking? You guys are currently dating? It's arranged marriage proposal. Okay, give me just a second. I think you're going to be okay though. My first cards, yeah. The first cards that came out. So, yeah, no. Everything's going to be fine with you and Zaid. So, what I got for you is abundance of love for you and Zaid. This card also encourages you to open your heart to receive it. So, make sure that you're being really receptive with Zaid. Also relaxing and spending time together. So making sure that you guys are spending quality time together and relaxing into like the small moments. But yeah, I got celebration. I got proposal, like right before you said it's arranged marriage proposal, this came out. And I also got star. And in this case, in the romance deck, star means that you are pulling Zaid in towards you. You are what's drawing in his attention. So yeah, the cards definitely don't want you to worry. Oh my gosh, I just got chills. I'm so sorry you're scared. Yeah, I imagine that, with an arranged situation, there's so many like unknowns and everything. But yeah, the cards want you to know it's going to be okay, Aisha. Like it's going to be all right. How is he in what way? Do you mind clarifying? How is he in what way, hun? Yeah, I'll pull another card. I just want to make sure I understand the question so I interpret the card correctly, if that makes sense. Okay, I also just got wedding. That's so funny. I know the cards are just trying so hard to reassure you, sweetie. Like they're trying so hard to reassure you it's going to be all right. What kind of person? I got you. What kind of person is he? Let me pull from this deck, and if this isn't clear on like what kind of person he is, I'll pull from another deck, okay? I got connection, that it's a good connection. Yeah, I'm not seeing that. Yeah, we got abundance again. I'm not seeing any red flags for him. Yeah, I think he's honest. I think he's honest, and I'm not seeing any red flags for him, no negative energy. This deck has cards for that. It has toxicity, it's got red flags, it's got secrets. No, I'm not getting any of that energy for him at all. I think he's a little bit reserved is what I'm getting. Like maybe you're not able to get a clear read on him because he's reserved and he holds on to his energy. So he doesn't say a lot outwardly, maybe, but inside, I'm seeing that he's a good person and that you are needing to open up that connection with him. I don't know if she's saying a lot of negatives, like I'm getting that you need to concentrate on your bond with him, that you need to be creating that connection with him. He talks too much. That's the problem. You know what? I don't trust a guy who talks too much either. Like straight up. But yeah, no. Maybe he just needs to like grow up and mature a little bit then. But yeah, I don't know if she's full on lying. Let me see. Because the cards are not worried about him. I can tell you that. The cards are not worried about him. I never want to say a friend is lying, though, because it's so like, well, I just got boundaries. So maybe you need to set boundaries with your friend and just be like, hey girl, he's my fiance. I need to get to know him. I need to get to know him for myself. You know what I mean? So boundaries are going to be important, but I'm really getting like you focusing on the connection with him and spending time with him. And especially in an arranged situation, like you guys have to both be intentional about building the relationship together. You know what I mean? And just kind of like, yeah, getting third parties out of the energy. So I don't know if she's malicious. Maybe she's misinterpreting things. Maybe he's got like a sketchy past, but is going to be fine going forward. So if he's not giving any signs of like second guessing the commitment of the marriage, then yeah, that's where your energy needs to be going, is on building the relationship between the two of you. The cards are not worried, I can tell you that. And sometimes friends try and help, but like I said, maybe he's got a past. It doesn't mean that's his future. You know, I know that's not easy, and especially with marriage at stake. How old are you guys, if you don't mind me asking? I'm pulling angel numbers and I just got 0, which is I am limitless. There's no beginning and no end. All is infinite. Develop your spiritual side. You're gaining new sight and understanding of both godly and earthly things. So yeah, checking in with your own intuition and your own understanding. And then 777, I am in the flow. Your purpose flows from within. Everything is unfolding. So a state of peace and calmness in your soul. So the cards are encouraging a state of peace and calmness for you. But yes, I wish you luck and I hope that helps. All right, finishing the flip through on this other new deck, and then we can move on to a new one. Or if anybody joins and has questions or wants a reading, happy to do that as well. I love tea party. It's a good vibe, tea parties in the spring. Terrarium. That's so cute. And anybody who's joining or watching this on replay, in the live description, I've got links to my Amazon storefront where these decks are. So if you're interested in any of the decks, feel free to purchase that way because they are affiliate links. So they help support the channel, or you can just directly shop them on Amazon if you want. Is that it? Yes. All right, we can move on to looking at another one of my new decks that just came in. This was Seasons of the Witch Ostara, which is the spring one in like spring Easter vibes. So loving this. And earlier we looked at the Awakened Soul Oracle deck. So cute. Loving that one. That one was really good. All right, we're going to check out this other new one, When Women Had Wings tarot deck. This one's really pretty. I did open it earlier and got a little peek at the cards. It's super, super cute. Oof. This one's crazy because the box is really big and the guidebook is huge. Look at how big that is. But the deck itself is like normal sized. And it does come with one of those gauzy deck bags, I guess you call them. So this one's art style is really interesting. It seems to be inspired by like a lot of different cultures and themes, because we go from this kind of almost Hindu looking elephant to this kind of almost like Roman Christian cherub angel inspired vibe for the world. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of mixes of cultural and religious influences in this tarot deck, but it's very pretty. Everything I'm seeing is really, really pretty. And the cards are a little mixed up. I apparently did do a little bit of a pre-shuffle on this one, so they're not going to be in order. I am curious how much AI art is used in this one, but you can see the wings theme. And again, this is called When Women Had Wings. So you guys can see the wings theme in the deck. But yeah, every card is very, very pretty. I do have a feeling, though, that there was some AI art used in this one, which I'm not necessarily fully opposed to as a consumer. As a creator, you know, I've got mixed feelings, but I don't think these were all. Yeah, this one in particular feels very AI to me. This is the 5 of Wands. Great imagery, though, very evocative, you know, and very consistent with the theme of the cards. So I'm going to say that even though we've got a lot of different influences, and I do think there was some AI art on this one, I love the theme of the women with wings, and they do seem to be great interpretations of the messages of the cards. I kind of don't like these dark ones. Like I like the vivid colors and ones where the colors are like really distinctive and standing out. However, I do love this like crescent moon halo thing she's got going on. I really like that. But yeah, that hand that's up, like that's just a little clunky. That's interesting. But yeah, this one with like the browns and the golds and stuff, that's just not a color scheme that I personally resonate with. I know it's very autumn, but it's not an autumn deck. And then he's got this really vivid, clear, photorealistic face. And she didn't. And that's where I'm like, yeah, I feel like these are AI generated. I'm pretty sure of that now. Oh, I didn't even look at the back of the deck. Look at how cute that is. That is a really cute back of the deck. And then we got purple foil edges. Shiny. Love it. All right. Ace of Swords. Two of Swords. And then on YouTube, I do on my lives mixes of like readings and deck flip throughs. So if anybody's joining and wants me to do a reading or a card pull, I'm super happy to. In the meantime, I'm just looking at some new decks I got. And then over on the other platform, when I go live, I do very quick free readings and it moves really, really fast. It's a lot quieter over here. Four of Swords. So if anybody's interested in readings, just hit me up. Five of Swords. Okay, that one's really pretty. This deck is called When Women Had Wings, and it is really pretty, and I love the theme of the wings. That's really cute, too. Yeah, if anybody wants me to do a card pull, has a question for the cards, go ahead and drop it in chat. I'm happy to do some readings here, and I can pause my deck flip through. That one's really neat. Man, she is tired. Like, that is definitely giving fatigue on this one. Ooh, that's a good 10 of Swords. That is really, really good. The Two of Cups is really pretty. Look at that. Like, that is a pretty, pretty card. That might be one of my favorites in this deck so far. And then my sister's favorite card is the Three of Cups, and I don't think she'd love this one. I mean, it's a cute card, but she likes the like group of friends vibe, whereas this one is just one lady with three cups. So I just feel like for Three of Cups fans, that's not going to be a winner for them. Four of Cups is interesting. Look at that. In winter, the desolation. It's almost giving like the White Witch in Narnia. It's really neat. Five of Cups is good. Again, these are really on theme for the messages of the tarot cards. Okay, that's pretty with the pink. You definitely get abundance, like with all the flowers. Like that's definitely coming through on that one. But there's abundance, and yet she still looks a little dissatisfied. So pretty evocative. And yeah, if y'all have any questions for the cards, I'm happy to do quick card pulls, quick readings. In the meantime, I'm just flipping through some new decks and getting to know the cards in the new decks and appreciating the artwork. Nine of Cups, it's really pretty. But I'm happy to pause and do a quick reading for anybody. 10 of Cups, what is that? A bird's nest with robin's eggs. That is interesting. And the rainbows, I definitely love the rainbows on that one. That's super pretty. Page of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, some of these are like kind of just boring, to be honest. Pentacles is my favorite suit, so I'm a little bummed that the Pentacles cards are not my favorite. Mostly just because they had a lot of muddy backgrounds. The sun is pretty. That's a good card. I feel like the Major Arcana is really good, and I like that the Minor Arcana cards are still really distinctive. They're just, again, not my art style personally. Judgment is really neat. Like, look at how she's like really thinking, and then she's got the light coming out. That's really neat. Ooh, the star. I like this because you almost never see a star card that's dark. This one's neat. This might be one of my favorites in the whole deck. And look at the light from her wings, even though it's kind of a dark and vibey, moody card. Like the light coming out of her wings is pretty sweet, to be honest. I like that. The moon. It's pretty, but it's not my favorite moon. I like the moon cards where the moon is showing is like more mysterious, you know, and gives like secrets. I've got another deck we can look at in a minute where the moon card is really evocative of like secrets. Temperance is nice though. Anybody joining? I'm happy to do card pulls or answer like any reading questions or anything. Just pop them in a chat. I'm doing deck flip throughs of some new decks, but happy to pause and do a reading or a mini reading if anybody wants. Oh, look at the tower. Okay, I do like the tower cards that are really dramatic. I'm not going to lie. This one's really dramatic. So yeah, that one's nice. This is the When Women Had Wings deck. And so all of the female characters in the deck have wings. And I really like that. Look at that. That's so pretty. And it's not just fairies. We've seen a lot of different inspiration for the wings, which has been really nice. The wheel is neat. That gives like biblical angel vibes for the wheel card. That is really cool. Justice. So yeah, I like this deck quite a bit. Strength. I don't know. The lion looks so sad though. That's a little unusual for the strength card. The hermit's great. Look at that. That is really neat. The Lovers card. Definitely giving sad on that one. The Hierophant, that's a nice one. The Emperor is definitely a vibe as well. I love the energy on the Emperor card. But yeah, so if anybody wants me to do a reading, just pop a question in a chat. I'm happy to answer. The Empress. Interesting. And the Magician. Definitely a good Magician card in my opinion. I like that one. So I collect a ton of decks. I also do readings, obviously. But I am a collector on top of doing readings. So my collection is a little bit out of control right now. Okay, that's a good Pentacles card. Some of the other Pentacles cards in the deck I haven't loved, but that one was nice. Okay. Yeah, I just don't like the Pentacles suit. Although the 5 is pretty. It's nice and blue. All right, this is the When Women Had Wings deck. I think it's pretty. Like I said, I'm pretty sure most of this art is AI inspired, but it is a pretty deck. And the ones that have like light in them are really special, in my opinion. King of Cups is pretty cool. So overall, I like the deck. I'll probably use it, but it's not one of my favorites. But I love the theme of the wings. And so if I'm doing readings where that's, you know, like female empowerment readings, like the wings are a good vibe. And again, the back is gorgeous. Like when you see this like purple back, and then the purple shiny sprayed edges are like really pretty. Those kind of give this like almost an extra full point in my opinion. So I like it. Not going to be one of my favorites or go-tos, I think. But I do have some of my favorites handy, so we can look at some of my favorites in a second. But yes, if anybody has any questions for the cards, just pop them in a chat. I'm happy to do like questions, mini readings. Happy to do that. All right. So this one I have, this is going to be totally out of order because I've definitely been using this one a lot over the last 2 weeks. This is the Tarot of the Divine. And I don't know where the box is, but it is it's a slightly big box. And you can see by the size of the guidebook that it's pretty big. But this one's super pretty. All of these cards are very vivid. And these ones are coated, but they're also textured. So I love that mix of coated and textured because they feel good on the hands, but they're also really, really glidey. And so since I do like a lot of readings, I like the cards to jump out like that, especially for these like fat decks where you don't do a bridge. But yeah, so look at how pretty and vivid these colors are. Just so many like reds and blues and like high contrast. And that is what I like, is like the high contrast artwork. And this is definitely giving like lunar divine vibe. So again, this is the Tarot of the Divine, and this is currently one of my favorite decks that I'm using to do a lot of my readings. Because again, the artwork is so pretty. I really vibe with it like intuitively. Look at the King of Swords with this Phoenix. Like so pretty. And then in terms of doing readings, like the cards, I would say this isn't like my number one on how easily they jump out, because I do like it when the cards like pop right out when I'm doing a reading, but they're pretty good. And especially since I do readings on live, which are really fast paced on the other platform, like having cards that jump out is actually really important. Look at the 7 of Coins. Yeah, I just love this deck. The colors are just so vivid and the cards are all so pretty. Two of Coins. Yeah. And I feel like they just jump out so easily on this one. So I think I've got this one linked in my Amazon storefront too. But if you just want to go directly on Amazon, it is Tarot of the Divine. It's a great deck. And then one of my other favorite decks, and I use this a lot for love and romance readings because when I do lives on the other platform, most of my questions are love and romance. So this is the Romance and Love deck. This one's great. It gives really good, clear, fast answers. And the whole deck is this like purple and pink. It doesn't have the gilded edges, and neither does the Tarot of the Divine. These are white edges. But this one, so great. And they jump out pretty easily. And you can see they also give you like a little interpretation on the card. And so I like it because I do intuitive readings and these ones really like intuitively jump out at me, but sometimes like the words help a little bit. Emotional baggage can weigh down relationships, unpack it. So I'll get the baggage card and I'll be like, yeah, that person has baggage, or there's an opportunity for you to unpack your baggage, like just depending on the context or the vibes. But the cards are really pretty. So yeah, for love readings, this one is invaluable. I have another one I've been using for love and romance. Well, no, not using. I bought it. But this other deck is black and white. This is the Love Oracle cards. And I thought it would be cute because there's so much red like on the box. But these ones, I'll use these if the answer isn't coming through clearly with my main love and romance deck. But this one, again, it's useful, but on camera, like when I'm doing the live readings, people just don't vibe with this one as much. So I'll use this for clarifying, but not as much for when I'm doing like readings on video, just because it doesn't come across as well to the audience. People don't seem to vibe with this one, but it does give good answers. So I do like it for that. So yeah, the romance and love is definitely the one. And especially leading up to Valentine's Day, I'm wondering if that's the other reason I've been getting romance and love questions so much, because I've only started reading like super frequently for other people in the last couple months. I've always read more privately before that. So maybe it's always like this, but it is definitely all about romance and love right now. And this passion card keeps coming up. Keep the flame of passion alive. It is the heartbeat of love. Okay, so we can look at another one of my favorite tarot decks. The Divine one was really good. But I really like this Under the Oak deck. And I've been using this a lot for earth signs because I do a lot of reading by sign. So different astrological signs. Sometimes I'll pick out different decks that really vibe with that. So a lot of like Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, I use the oak deck. Or if I don't know somebody's sign and I'm just getting that kind of vibe. But this one's pretty because we've got the silver edges on this one. And the back of it is this oak tree with this like stag here. And you can see like the candles and the roses. So this one's super pretty. So this is one of my other favorite decks right now. And then the cards are pretty. They're not textured or coated like the divine one I just showed you, but they still jump out really well. And they are very, very pretty. And you can see a foresty kind of theme here, but not all just like browns and golds in autumn like we had. I don't mind some of the warm colors, but if it's going to be warm colors, I like it like this where we've got like the reds and the pinks. But yeah, I like a forest vibe where they bring in blues with the greens and browns, you know what I mean, and mix up the color scheme quite a bit. And again, like if you look at this and you're like, oh, with the 8 of Swords, like just the picture thematically really expresses the card super well. So yeah, I'm obviously a big fan of the cards themselves. I love collecting tarot and oracle decks. So when I do these lives, I'll flip through decks in between people asking questions. Oh, that sun card is so pretty. I mean, I use this deck all the time and I'm still just sitting here staring at the cards because when I'm doing readings, a lot of times it goes so fast and I don't get to really study the cards as much. Yeah, that's a good magician card. I really like that. And then the 6 of Pentacles, I'm going to show you this really quick because this looks like some kind of rabbit in a robe thing. And I love that. Like, I just love like that little hint of creepy. Like it's pretty, but it's got that little hint of creepy. Like that's definitely my vibe. And so, yeah, this is the Under the Oak deck. And I just think this is one of my top 3 tarot decks right now. And I love the mix of like people and animals. And also this Page of Wands, speaking of creepy, with this pig by the cauldron. Whew, I don't know why. This one is so creepy to me. I think that's a pig. I don't even know. But yeah. And then I like the guidebook. But again, I mostly do intuitive readings. So I will check the guidebook sometimes. It's not the best guidebook in this deck, to be honest. But it's informative. It gives you the information. That's really the best thing I can say about that one. But yeah, so the Under the Oak deck is nice. Very, very pretty. And like the 2 of Wands, like the girl and the bear with the candles and the fire, just looking into the forest together. Let me see if there's a couple. I mean, I just want to show all the cards. I'm like, I'll just pick out my favorites. And then I always end up just flipping through and showing all the cards because I just like to look at them. I like to study them, get the energy, you know? So for those of you who watch this on replay, I'd love for you to leave in the comments like what your favorite decks are and like what you look for in decks, because as a reader, like I like the artwork, but when I'm doing like a lot of fast readings, I just really need the message to jump out quickly. So some of my favorite artwork decks are not the ones I use the most because I need them to just really punch me in the face with the answer. Sorry to be so graphic. And I also need the slidey decks. So I don't use this one as much when I do, the fast-paced live readings, just because these don't glide as much. And since they're not coated, they really dry out my hands. So if I'm just working with decks for like a couple hours, I've noticed they're like really drying out my hands. And I do put some like oil. I have this Hecate oil that I keep on my reading table. And I do that to get like this spiritual connection with Hecate before the readings, but also this is, one of the ways I'm moisturizing my hands before the readings. But the coated decks, I don't have that problem. I'll show you one of those decks in a minute. But those I'll use, even if I don't like the deck as much art-wise, I'll use those coated decks just because the cards pop out and slide out easier, but they also don't draw out my hands as much. Okay, look at that 5 of Wands. That is gorgeous. Okay, I promise I'll just pick out my favorite ones. Okay, this is on the box. This is the moon card. And this is what I mean about what I like in the moon card. This is giving like mysteries. You know what I mean? This is giving like, not necessarily fully occult, but definitely spiritual, definitely mystical. You know what I mean? So yeah, I love, this might be one of my favorite moon cards. There's an eye in the moon. So I don't mind if the moon is more present than this. You know what I mean? But I just like it that there's like a little bit of an air of mystery and ceremony. The rabbits have this like chalice, that there's like smoke. I don't know. But this is giving like ceremony, mystery, mystical, Also, I think this is fun that this is more of like a Minotaur vibe for the strength card versus like a traditional lion. Like, I like that one. So yeah, the Under the Oak Tarot is hands down one of my favorite decks. All of the major arcana cards are just incredible, and all the minor arcana cards are really good too. Some of them, they phoned it in on the minor arcana and not in this deck. This one's so good. Look at the Queen of Pentacles. This is just incredible. Oh my gosh, the King of Pentacles too. I am such a Pentacles girly. And so the fact that the Pentacles suit is done so well in this deck is probably at least, some of why I like it so much. But look at that. Oh my gosh. And the 5 of Pentacles. Like, come on. Look at that. All the little mice. And then the pentacles look like orange slices on this one. I just think that's so fun. The 4 of Cups. Yeah. Okay, let me see if there's anything else that specifically jumps out. Because like I said, I could look at this for hours, just this one deck. It's like the 3rd or 4th deck, maybe even the 5th we've looked at so far. Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, the Pentacles is always my favorite too. Look at the World card. Look at how cute that is. And look at how happy she is. Like all that fulfillment. Okay, I'm making a huge mess on my table. What's interesting about this Tower card is that it's lightning striking this tree, which is great for the theme of Tower, but so interesting because the tree has already split. Whereas typically in a Tower card, you see that the tower is taking damage, but it's like about to fall. Whereas this tree is falling / has fallen. I don't know. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? But I just think it's like just a slightly different interpretation of Tower. And which is so funny because we saw that other one that was like the lady in the cage and it hadn't taken any damage. And that was the Tower card. And again, just completely different take on it. I just love the different interpretations that these decks are giving us. Okay, I am going to show you the 6 of Swords because even though it might not be obvious why I like it, like it's just such a different vibe to have her standing on this like tower with the runes glowing on it, looking at the stars. Like, oh my gosh, it was just so nice. And the King of Wands. It's so funny. Now that I look at it, it's not completely Narnia coded, but I'm definitely getting some Narnia vibes out of this. Not like, like I said, not like 100%, but I can see some like Narnia influence on this for sure, for sure. Oh my gosh, look at Temperance. Look at that. That is just incredible. Like the artwork on here is like, I don't even know how long they spent making this deck. Like the artwork on here, look at the Hierophant. With it being like that white. I don't even know what that is, but it's beautiful. I don't think that's a deer, is it? Is it an elk? I don't even know. It's gorgeous. And the Four of Pentacles with the crystals like that. It's another one of my favorites in this deck. You're gonna be like, Gabby, every card's your favorite. That's not true. They're not all my favorite, but there are a lot of really good ones in this one. Look at the Five of Wands really quick. Oh, and the Nine of Cups. Have we not talked about this? I think I drew this in a reading earlier, like the other day. Look at that. Just like the girl, her reflection, her little kitty, like, oh my gosh, it's just so good. And the Eight of Pentacles, I drew this one the other day too. Look at how cute that is with the mouse and that geode. Like, it's just so cute. So yeah, this was the Under the Oak deck, Under the Oak Tarot. Highly recommend. This is one of my top 3 tarot decks right now. And again, my only beef with it is that since the cards are not coded, it's just a little hard to do if I'm doing like a lot of fast paced back-to-back readings, because the cards do dry out my hands and they're just not quite as slippery as some of the other decks I use in lives. But highly recommend. 9.5 out of 10, and artwork is a 10 out of 10. This one is the crystal deck. And what's so funny is that looking at it, I would not think this is one of my favorite decks. Like the back, it's fine. It's a little boring. And this is called, sorry, let me pull out the guidebook really quick, because the guidebook's great and the artwork on this is great, but just the back and the sides, they don't represent how great this deck is. But look at how big this guidebook is, by the way. The box is huge for this like normal size deck. I'm just going to shake my head again, but it's a great guidebook. It's a good guidebook. But yeah, Crystal Magic Tarot, this one I'm about to show you, this is one of my favorite decks as well. I'd say that for tarot decks, this one and the Divine Tarot we looked at earlier are probably my 2 most used of tarot. I use a lot of oracles in my lives and for my readings, but this one I use, even though the sides are like a little drier, you know, the sides might dry out my hands a little bit. The cards themselves are coded and they're very slippery when shuffling. So these jump out like crazy. Like you can see it's like, but you know what I mean? These are like jumping out like crazy. All right, but let's look at the artwork. This one's a little boring, so I'm just put that one aside. But very vivid colors, which we all know I like. And they're just so pretty. Sorry, my chair keeps squeaking. I need to either get a new chair or oil this one. The Seven of Coins. For some reason, I get this one all the time from this deck. Same thing with Temperance, but look at how pretty Temperance is with the pink dolphins. Oh my gosh. This card is so cute. So yes, this Divine Crystal, let's see, I lost the guidebook already. Crystal Magic Tarot, super cute. Highly recommend this one. The Tower card is grim and dark, but not like super scary like some Tower cards. Same thing with the Devil card. And look at the tattooed hand. And she's looking in a mirror like, come on. This is so cute. The Hermit. Yeah, the Nine of Cups. Look at those butterflies. Like so great. Like wishes come true. Like very on theme for the message of the tarot card. So yeah, love that one. Seven of Cups. All right, I'm just going to show you my favorites because, again, I could spend like a whole hour just looking at every card. That's not what we're here for. Okay. Let me flip through this really, really quick. The Emperor is like kind of meh to me in this deck. Like it's fine, but like I said, it's just a little meh. The Chariot, same thing. The Ten of Swords like really is giving, and so is the Sun card. So in this deck, the Sun card is one of my favorites. Like this totally, you know how when it's like the first spring and summer nice days and you want to go have like a margarita on a patio somewhere, that is exactly what this card is giving, is margarita on a patio, like with those colorful birds, with this bottle right here. Like it's so funny because usually sun cards are like the sun, you know what I mean? But this is giving you all the things that remind you of the sun, the beautiful flowers, you know what I mean? So yeah, this is such a good card. And I do have to say this one also comes out a lot. And the Hanged Man is really, really interesting. So it's a girl and she's wrapped in a snake. And the snake is, as we know, the symbol of like change, renewal, transformation. And since the Hanged Man is about seeing things from a different perspective, like a change in perspective, a change in mindset, it's actually really good imagery for the Hanged Man card. The Ten of Cups is also pretty. Yes, I like pink and red. That is becoming clear. And then the fairy on the Six of Cups is so cute. Oh, and I didn't even mention this. Since it is a crystal themed deck, it's called Crystal Magic Tarot. Each of the cards has an associated crystal with the card, yeah. So I think that's really kind of fun. And sometimes when I'm doing readings, I'll give people that crystal as something to focus on if they want to manifest the energy of that card. I like this one with the Knight of Swords because he's holding that glowing short sword and his arm is glowing like that. Like, this one's great. And if anybody's joining and you want me to pause in the deck flip throughs and do a reading, I will. I'm kind of just doing a combo of looking at some new decks, looking at some favorite decks, doing readings and pulling cards for people. So if you're joining and you're interested in getting a reading or having me answer even just a quick question, just drop it in chat. The Two of Cups is really cute. The Queen of Cups, always one of my favorite cards. And the crystal associated with this is Morganite. But look at how pretty that is. She's just living her best life. Strength. Oh my gosh. Okay, Strength is one of my favorite cards in this deck. And so is the King of Coins. Look at this guy. Like, is he not giving King of Coins energy? Like, for real. It was so funny. I was doing a live on the other platform, and there was this guy coming in asking about his relationship. And this card kept coming up to represent him. It was crazy energy. And Frida is the Page of Wands is so interesting. And the Eight of Coins with the bird in the jar, like... Five of Swords. So yeah, I love this deck. It's so colorful. And again, the cards are like so glidey and slippy. It's so fun to read. Okay. I got this earlier. I love the Fool card. I get this one all the time from the deck. And look at that little baby bird in the nest. And he's like peering out like he's ready to jump into his new adventure, his new life. Like, so the Fool energy, right? Could not be more perfect. And then the Three of Cups. So pretty. Page of Cups. Those three were from a reading I did earlier today, so they're top of mind for me right now. All right, let me see if there's anything else on this deck that jumps out to me. All right, I'm probably going to wrap up soon, so if anybody wants a reading, hopefully they pop into the live because I'm happy to do some card pulls and readings. And if you're watching this on replay or if you've popped into the live, I don't go live as often on YouTube just because YouTube doesn't push the live out to people the same way the other platform does. But if you guys want me to go live, drop me a comment, send me an email. Happy to go live more often on YouTube. And when I do, just because it's slower, I'll often do like deck flip throughs and stuff, but happy to go live and answer questions and do readings. And then if y'all want to book a reading, just go to my website, which is mysticmoonrising.com, and you can book a full private reading through my website and I will record the reading. Just give me a detailed, situation, question, like whatever you're looking for from the reading, a little bit about yourself, and I'll do a full recorded reading and send you the link that's yours forever. Look at the Judgment card. So yeah, always happy to do private readings. For full readings, you can just book through my website or on lives. I'm happy to do card pulls and answer some questions. The Six of Coins is cute because you've got the kitty and the dog. And the Four of Cups, again, pink and a snake. Like, of course I'm going to love this one. What could be more me than that, right? Empress, I like the card, but this doesn't give me Empress energy. That one always confuses me. Five of Cups is cute. She's holding on to her little heart. Ace of Cups is really an interesting vibe. And then the World card being a globe like that with the hands, that is such an interesting choice. I don't mind it. It's not my favorite World card, but I like it. Not my favorite Death card. So even though this is one of my top 3 decks and the Death card is one of my favorite cards, Not my favorite. Same thing with the Hierophant. It's kind of meh. So yeah, I love this deck to use. Not all of the images in this Crystal Magic Tarot deck are as intuitive as some of the other tarot decks we looked at, but I love using it. It's pretty. Some of the cards I like really connect to, and it is really easy to use and shuffle to have the cards pop out. If you are like me and when you're doing readings, you want the cards to jump out, this is a great deck for that. That's why it is one of my favorites. So any of the cards I've talked about today, except for the Roadhouse Oracle. So all of the decks I've talked about, I've got linked in my Amazon storefront, and there's a link in the video description you can follow to go to my Amazon storefront if you don't mind supporting the channel by using affiliate links. That's super helpful. I do get a small commission if you purchase, which does not add to the cost for you, but all of them are on there except for the Roadhouse Oracle. I don't know where I bought this, but it was apparently not through Amazon. This might have been Etsy. So if you're looking for the Roadhouse Oracle, which was kind of that 60s, 70s psychedelic Southwest vibe, some people love this deck, some people don't. I like it. It's a lot of fun, but yeah, this one was Etsy. It's very tall and skinny, so it is a little bit hard to work with compared to, like, it is a little hard to work with, but it's fine. But again, it's super fun. And I'll use this one. It is an Oracle deck, not tarot. I use this one for like themes, or like if I'm doing a reading and I'm like, what can they do to get unblocked? For some reason, I often reach for this one for like, here's the answer, and it'll give like the artist, you know what I mean? Like, to me, this one 99% of the time gives me a direct answer, and most of the cards in this one are intuitive. And I know it's showing the moon, but again, it's not tarot. It is an Oracle deck. But look at the peace frog. Oh my God, he's so cute. And like armadillo, right? Like I was like, oh, what's blocking this person? I pulled out armadillo. Like they have their shell up. You know what I mean? Like they're all like hunkered down. The answers are just so clear for things like that. So when I do readings, I usually do a combo of decks. And so if you do end up booking a full private reading, I use at least 3 decks, sometimes up to 5, just to get a lot of like dimensions, deeper understanding, like different answers. And then also on my private readings and on my reading videos that I do, I almost always pull signs and symbols and angel numbers. So I have this deck that I use for signs and symbols. Sorry, let me pull this up really quick. It's super cute. It's got these butterflies on the back, and it's got these like orange sides. But like a lot of people want to know, like, hey, what sign should I be looking for? You know, so I use this one for my readings to give me signs and symbols. And then I use my angel numbers, you know, so we can look for like the numbers as signs as well. This is my favorite angel number deck, because just like I was talking about with the Oracle and Tarot decks, this one's very, very slippery. It is coded, and the numbers come out really clearly. But it's so funny because when people think of angel numbers, they want like the sets of 3, like 777. But this one will have like an individual number as well as the groups of numbers, but they all have a message on it. And so these are like angel numbers, signs, and affirmations. And again, very slidey, fun to use. They pop out 555. I am optimistic. So I'm going to leave you with that message. 555 is the angel number coming out of today's live. And it means I am optimistic. A major shift is about to come into your life experience and change your path's direction. Be open and stay positive. What a great message to end on. Thank you for everybody who joined the live and asked questions. Next time I go live, I am so happy to do readings and also do deck flip throughs while we wait for people to ask questions. And yeah, if you're watching on replay, drop a comment and let me know how often you want me to go live here, because on this platform, they are definitely slower than on the other platform I'm on. And feel free to follow me on the other platform as well. All right, I'll see you later. Thanks so much. Have a great rest of your day.